All right, guys, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It is May 30th, 2025. This is episode 434. I did 2 episodes yesterday. Normally I just do an episode a day. So go check those out. As far as updates, I've been working. I got a really cool case, dude. I try to save my money, man, but I've been needing like a case for my Game Boy SP and my charger and keeping my games in when I go and travel, or sometimes I want to go out and about, but like right now I'm currently playing Oracle of Ages, Zelda. And if you know anything about the SP, the cartridge sticks out a little bit. So I'm a punk, man. You guys know me. I wear skinny jeans. And for one, I keep too much shit in my pockets. 2, I just don't want to be walking around with a Game Boy. And I don't want to put it in my pocket and like break the game. You know what I mean? Because where it sticks out. So I seen it the other day, and we sell it at work. It was $20. So I mean, when I tell you guys I'm poor, like right now, dude, like I make just enough money to pay bills, and that's it. Like I am not getting ahead like I used to. When I worked at Kroger, I was actually stacking chips and I was making 500 something a week. So I was able to get like ahead in life and actually stack chips and save money and shit. Now it's like, I'm not, dude. I'm making like $400 a week, you know. My wife is the breadwinner now when I used to be the breadwinner, which is fine. So I'm not bitching about money, but I struggle with buying stuff for myself. So like I kept looking at this bag, and it's the last bag on the shelf. It's like a pouch with a strap, and it's the perfect size for my Game Boy Advanced SP, and I can put some games in there with it for when I go out and about. Because sometimes me and my wife go out and about, and if we're on a date, I don't bring a Game Boy, obviously. Like, my attention is to my wife. We've went on dates before, and I've literally left my phone at home, you know. I'm the type of person, like, if I'm on a date with someone, like, full attention to you. You know, but sometimes we just go out and about on days off and run errands, and like I just want to play my Game Boy. Like if we're sitting at McDonald's, you know, like eating lunch or something, and I eat pretty quick, and I just want to play a game for a little bit or something, you know. Or if we're going over to a family member's house and I've seen them a billion times and shit, I'm not feeling sociable that day, I can just pull out my Game Boy and play it, you know. So I got this badass pouch. I'll have to show you that. Yesterday, though, my buddy gave me this, dude. Check this shit out. It's a pen. So this is a shout out to Rachel Huey. Hopefully you can see that. It's an angel. I can't remember which angel it was. He kind of looked through and told me. And as an occultist, this is kind of sad that I don't know which one this is. But this is a biblically accurate angel. And I don't know what I'm going to put it on yet, but it's fucking beautiful, man. I wish, honestly, I wish he would have got me the one with the wheels and eyes and shit. Because she makes those too. There's like Seraphim, Ophanim. I think this might be an Ophanim. But I mean, it's a gift. I'm not going to be like, oh, you should have got me Ezekiel's wheel instead, you know? But I was like, dude, fuck yeah, okay. I might put it on my new bag because I got the bag yesterday, so I don't know. But it's fucking dope, dude. So I got good news and I got bad. First of all, I have a Buy Me a Coffee set up, so if you're listening from any platform, you should be able to find it in the channel description or whatever. If you feel like giving me $1, hey, that helps me out, man. My notepad, my handy dandy notebook, I'm running out of topics to talk about. I'm about to start, because I'm running out of room too though, but I'm about to start a new notebook. So if I go dark for a little while, it's nothing bad, you know, knock on wood. It's just I'm literally running out of topics, because I do put out episodes every day. Like yesterday I put out 2, you know. So just don't worry about it. It's okay. Like, I'm not dead or nothing. Just know that, and by the way, my wife is my failsafe. If I ever do get taken away to a CIA black site or killed, my wife will come on here and be like, hey, this is what happened, you know. I've already told her. Yeah, I'm running out of shit to talk about. I have plenty of topics today, so stay tuned to this episode. But I may go dark for a little bit, and it's not anything bad, you know. But I have some notebooks I got that I'm gonna start, you know, doing more research and shit. And I have plenty of subjects, but it's hard to explain. But let's get on with the show. This intro is long enough. So this is a little bit of an older story. It happened earlier this month. This has actually been a decently long month, it feels like, for me. Do I feel like this year is flying by? Yes. But I do feel like this month was like extra long, which is fine, you know. So it's a little bit of an older story, but it's still it's recent enough that we need to talk about it, and I haven't talked about it yet. The U.S. government is upgrading a FEMA underground bunker, dude. It's the same bunker that the members of Congress hid in 9/11. It is in Blue Ridge Mountain. It's 64 miles west of Washington, D.C. It's called Mount Weather. So, go look into that. And the reason why I bring this up is they're upgrading it right now, currently. There's a trend going on. And we've done a bunker episode, an underground bunker episode that was for sale here in Kentucky. I can't remember. It was somebody kind of elite, man, who was selling it. But it's the point that he had it. I'm concerned because all these millionaires are building all these bunkers, man. We've talked about it a couple times on this channel. Do they know something that is going to happen? Because me and my buddy, Zach, dude, we call and talk to each other for hours sometimes on the weekends. Unless I'm busy, you know. But, or he's busy. What is going to happen in 2030? I'm genuinely curious. Because I hear all sorts of rumors of an asteroid coming called Apophis, which is like the Egyptian snake god of like chaos, I believe. I hear, I don't know, man. I mean, do they know something that we don't know? Is Jesus coming back in 2030? But then the Bible says, you know, we don't know the name or date. I feel like the elites know something is going to happen in 2030. Whether it's them planning it, or it's them just knowing about something natural and out of their control. But a lot of people believe that time is speeding up right now. And I do get those vibes because I feel like this year is flying fucking by. But all these elites are building bunkers. I mean, you got the Facebook Mark Zuckerberg dude building bunkers in Hawaii. And these aren't just regular bunkers, man. These are like bunkers with like 3 feet of concrete and like able to withstand like a great flood or or nuclear war. Like, it's crazy fucking shit. What do they know that's coming that we don't know? And I feel like they're trying to do this whole great reset. First of all, they want like most of us fucking dead. But they don't want all of us dead. They want basically kind of like, I would think, like a futuristic dystopian smart city house arrest type of civilization, where there's just a very few amount of people who are basically serfs, like the serving class for the elites. And you're on house arrest. The only time you're allowed out is for work, like Metropolis. If you've ever seen Metropolis, I swear to God, dude, that I think that that's what they want, is like Metropolis, man. The Moloch machine, you know? Klaus Schwab says, you know, your job will be to polish the machines. So this story came basically from Minutes of Horror, which I get a lot of scoops from, and I try to give him shout outs every single time. He puts out a shit ton of good info. Go check his channel out, subscribe to him, tell him who sent you. Maybe he'll give me a shout out one day, because I've given him 1 billion. But yeah, dude, so all this came from an actual article of the mainstream media reporting on it. But all these workers have all secret government access, so it's classified. But the information we did get is apparently this has a cafeteria that seats like 300 people. It's literally like only a 30-minute ride from helicopter from DC. It's got office spaces, dormitories, sleeping spaces, training facilities. So I don't know if that means like gyms or shooting ranges. I don't know what that means. Probably like gymnasiums and shit, like swimming pools and shit. It's fucking insane. It can house at least 300 fucking people. I don't know how many members of Congress there are. If you do know, let me know. But the reason why this concerns me is last year we did a whole episode about a new bill. I'll have to look through my episodes because I can't remember the title of that episode. If you go through and look, you should be able to find it. It was last year sometime. I do remember that. There was a bill about continuation of government. And we all know that they do Revelation of the Method. I wish I remembered the name of this show, but I had a buddy that I used to work with. His name was Jacob. We worked at Kroger together. And he was telling me about the show. He's like, oh, dude, I'm watching this new show. And I'm like, oh, cool, what's it about? And he's like, I think what it was, I think it was like I can't remember the scenario. It might have been like a meteor or something, but I think it was a meteor. And a meteor hit and like it wiped out all of our government officials. And so they had to like elect new government, or there was one guy left. I cannot remember what happened, but it's like a terrorist attack or something. They were all in one place and there was one survivor, and he had to like do the continuation of government and like elect all these new people, basically to run America afterwards. It was a TV show. And we all know that they do like Revelation of the Method and shit. When I find the name of this show, if you know, hit me up in the comments. When I find the name of the show, I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll watch it and put it on the Conspiracy Cinema series. But so they're already putting that out there, like, hey, what if something happens like a quote-unquote terrorist attack, which we know how that goes, like 9/11, inside jobs, or a Jan 6, you know, they all rush down to like underground tunnels and shit during that, from what I heard. which that whole thing is fishy as fuck. We've discussed it in old episodes, man. That whole fucking thing is shady as fuck. Something, either they're going to fake something, and here's the thing, if this bill that they came out with, which we did a whole episode on, go check it out, is basically like, how could we continue government if a shit ton of a large majority of congressmen and politicians died, how could we continue government? And it makes the whole community was like, well, like, okay, the bill sounds nice, of like, hey, what if something actually does happen, like a act of God, as the insurance companies would call it. If there is an act of God, like a nuclear bomb from a foreign country who hates us, or the official narrative, a meteor, a tidal wave, you know, whatever, earthquake. It sounds nice in principle, but obviously the conspiracy community was like, well, what if they all fake their deaths? You know, what if they pull a fucking Challenger explosion of like, hey, let's all film on live television that we're all, you know, meeting in Congress, and let's actually not be there and film on a set, which, by the way, they've done before. What was it, Sky News? Which, they're not fucking trustworthy, but they did put out a whole special about how they found the fucking set that, you know, Joe Biden was filming at. He wasn't even in the Oval Office, and we knew that. I did have to say, like, I disavowed QAnon, but I did still put out, like, a Castle Rock episode. Go check that episode out. It's literally called Castle Rock. That's it. That is like one of my most black-pilled conspiracy episodes, dude. And it's truly what I believe, man. It gets into basically like all these anomalies of like the Oval Office, like the walls weren't even connected. It was on a set, dude. There was all this footage of it being on a set. That people literally were doing interviews with Joe Biden and then getting off the set, and they weren't even at the White House. Or on live TV, Joe Biden would be doing a speech at the White House, and there was people outside the White House filming it, going, he's not out there. He's not even out there. They're on a set, you know? So, to think that they couldn't just do a fake terrorist attack, get us into war with a new country, get all their scumbag asses unalived, and put in who they want with this bill, with this continuation of government bill that they passed last year. I think they passed it. I don't know. I need to look that up. Did they pass it? This all ties together, and now they're building underground bunkers, and it's like, maybe they want to go down there and live for a while. And then when time passes, they can come back out. Or get plastic surgery. Change their identities. People, I don't know. I don't know. It's all fucking mind-boggling. But I did want to talk about that the U.S. government is upgrading FEMA, of course, is always tied with FEMA, dude. FEMA's evil as fuck. I had a neighbor who was FEMA. Her last name was Williams, too. It was real fucking weird. She was a bitch. That whole family sucked, except for their kid. Their kid was cool. He actually, like, me and him were talking about the moon landing one day. It was hilarious. It was awesome. He had, like, autism. And, like, I started asking him all these weird anomaly questions about the moon landing. And I was like, oh. And literally, she stepped in. And she's like, Abe, stop confusing my son. Don't be telling him the moon landing's fake. He has school. He has to pass these classes. I'm like, I know, but I can't help but just slip in little red pills. Yeah, they're upgrading a bunker. It's Blue Ridge Mountain, Mount Weather. Let's look into it, you know. let's look into it, as Eddie Bravo would say. Edgy Bravo. Next subject. So, this is older news, but it's still relevant to, it's recent enough that I haven't talked about it yet, and I want to cover it on the channel. James Comey, fucking scumbag. Former FBI director. You guys already know how I feel if you're longtime listeners. If you're new here, I'm pretty close to black pilled. I would say I'm like gray pilled. Or I would be like white pilled, which is the pill after black pill, which is basically only God can save us. Get close. I've always said this, like you get black pilled, which is basically like, oh, we're fucked, we're doomed, you know. And you can stay in that depressive state, or you can go, hey, I'm going to get stronger in my faith with my Creator, and get close with God and talk to God and build my relationship with my Creator and stock up on guns, food, ammo, gold and silver, get into crypto. Fail safes, you know, build an underground bunker. I have the bunker. I do have the bunker. I have food, water, weapons. I have currencies. I collect gold and silver, so I'm pretty set, dude. Y'all need to get set too and get right with your Creator. I'm set up, dude. I'll be okay. But anyways, not trying to be black pilled, but FBI, fuck them. CIA, fuck them. CPS, fuck them. Pentagon, fuck them. I'm pretty much, if you're any form of government, fuck you. I'm a goddamn pirate. You all are corrupt and evil as fuck. All of you. And I have 1 billion fucking episodes. I'm on episode 434, baby. I've been doing this for over a decade. I've already figured out that you're all fucking scumbags. So, James Comey, former FBI director. And he went on Fidelio. Go check that episode out. In the title it says Fidelio. He went on, what's his name? Stephen Colbert. And we get into the whole pizza fence stuff for YouTube. And how there's footage of him like singing to a little kid with a shirt off, and the kid looks uncomfortable, and there's face paint, and should've left the coffee on. I don't even need your love. Treat me like a stranger and it feels so rough. If you don't know what I'm saying, go watch that episode. Fidelio's in the title. Go check it out. Fidelio. If you know, you know. Go look. Because I can only say so much on certain platforms. He was on Stephen Colbert. And he just tried to explain it all the way like, oh yeah, me and my wife were walking by on the beach and we seen 8647 laid out in seashells. And we were going, oh, that's interesting. What does that mean? You know, and I looked at my wife, and here I do have to play devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate just a little bit. So, I was a bartender for 8 years. I worked at Beaumont Inn, which is a fine dining 4-star restaurant in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. It's also a hotel that used to be a college for girls in the Civil War, where the South would send their girls to be protected during the war so they wouldn't get raped and pillaged by Yankees, you know. So, why did I bring that up? Oh, restaurant. That is an actual term used in restaurants. 86 mashed potatoes. And when I first started there, the only type of restaurant that I had ever worked at was McDonald's, which is a corporate fast food. That is bottom of the totem pole on culinary. Look, I'm not bashing you if you worked at McDonald's. I worked there for 3 years. I worked my way up to crew trainer. Hey, I'm working at a gas station right now in the kitchen. So, and I used to work at a 4-star restaurant as a bartender, mixologist. Like, I'm talking fine dining, you know. I had to take etiquette courses. So, that shows you that I'm not judging you if you work at McDonald's. I went from up here, I'm bottom of the totem pole too, dude. I work at Clark's, baby. You know. That being said, though, that is a term that they use in restaurants, is 86 mashed potatoes, meaning no more mashed potatoes. So, it means no mas, no more. We're out of it. Here's the thing, though, is, I do have to share this little story. It's kind of funny. When I first started there, though, I had worked at McDonald's. That's what I was going to say, is I worked at McDonald's before I worked there. And I did go to bartending school, and I learned a shit ton, but it wasn't the best school. Like, it was like a three-week rushed course. It was only $500. It really wasn't that much, and I did get my money back, because you get to file it on your taxes. So, like, Lexington Bartending School, amazing place. Maybe one day I'll do a whole episode about that period of my life. It'll be like a blue-pilled episode. But, they never told me about the whole 86. 86 is code word for, hey, we're out of this. And the reason they say it is they don't want to make their restaurant look bad, or the kitchen staff look bad, of like, hey, we didn't have enough potatoes that day, or, hey, we didn't, so-and-so called in, we don't have enough replacement. It keeps the restaurant from looking bad. So unless you've worked in a restaurant, you don't know what that means. You just hear 86 potatoes. I didn't know what that meant when I first started Beaumont Inn. So, like, they'd be like, 86 the blue plate, and I'd go, okay. I thought they were saying there's 86 blue plates left. Like, hey, we could sell 86 more. And I'm like, why do they keep telling me there's 86 of this? And, dude, I worked there for, it's raining. I worked there for, like, several months, dude, and didn't fucking know this shit. So I kept selling it after they were telling me 86 it, and they'd say, hey, we're out of it. And I'd go, damn, are we that busy tonight? I thought we had 86 of them. And finally it clicked with someone. They said, what? What'd you just say? I said, I thought we had 86. I thought they were saying 86 blue plate. Like, we have 86 left. And no, Abe, that means we're out of it. 86 means we're done. I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like, that would have been nice to know. So I went up to the customer like, we're out of it, like, he knew what that meant. And his wife was like, if you don't know, Donald Trump is the 47th president. He was the 45th too. 86 means off him, off with his head. And you know what's so crazy is he posted 8647 on this day that he magically found this and talked about it on the Stephen Colbert talk show about, it was just a miscommunication. I didn't know. That was 8,647 days after 9/11. The day that got posted. That's fucking insane. I don't believe in coincidences, man. I really don't. And you guys know me, I don't get into like the gematria, numerology. I am an occultist, but that's not my field of expertise. I like I've said, I need to get into it and start studying it and shit. I just don't want this channel to become like every number is like, they're trying to say something, you know what I mean? I don't want to become truth seeker. Like, that guy sucks. When I watch his shit, I'm like, half of this shit's gay. So he got pulled in for like a 1-hour interview with the Secret Service, which we're running out of time today, but I will get into that. We'll do a whole Secret Service episode one day, of something that happened here recently with that. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next episode, but 8647. I think he was trying to say something there, like, you know. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get drug into a fucking office and interviewed. I voted for Trump the first time, you know, when he won. Or, no, he lost that time. That was the last election. That was when it was stolen. I voted for him that time, you know. Or not last election, but the election before. I used to be a Trump supporter, you know. I'm not anti-Trump, so I'm just reporting on James Comey being a piece of shit FBI director scumbag. And I don't like the FBI. I don't like any government organization because they're all fucking pedophiles. Thank you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what you think about today's episode. If you got anything to say, cool, say it. Interaction makes us go further up the algorithm. And buymeacoffee.com. If you want to donate $1, go for it. I'm putting my life on the line. They're going to say 86 Abe one day, you know. I'm just being dramatic. Love y'all. Y'all have a good day.